In today's video, we're taking a look at how to replace a laptop's hard drive easy and simple. This is so easy, anyone could do everything that we use on the video. We're going to leave a link on the description. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. That does help us out a lot. Thank you. So you woke up today and picked up your laptop. You notice that you need more hard drive space, or you're having issues with your hard drive, or if you're replacing from a disk drive to a SSD, don't worry. Here at the StatUpBox team, we've got your back. A train ride away and then an extra bus stop, but a back is a back. And the first thing that you need to verify that you have the compatible hard drive according to your system. You can always verify this information on the interwebs or on your barbecue paper, your owner's manual. You can always contact the manufacturer, or the old school, take a stroll to your local computer hardware shop for information. But no matter if in your case you're replacing a traditional hard drive disk or a solid state drive or a M2 NVMe drive, the technique will be the same. We'll show you steps on each of the different cases. A pro tip: before beginning the process, you always want to back up your data, your photos, your documents, your files, or any other thing you might have on your laptop. Here at the StatUpBox team, we don't judge. And another pro tip: if you're creating a fresh install, then always remember to create your bootable USB before starting. So if you're cloning your hard drive or just backing up your data, you can always use a portable hard drive reader like this one. This particular one is a USB-C M2 NVMe SSD reader, but if you're using a 2.5 SATA drive, either a traditional disk one or a SSD, you can also use a portable hard drive reader like this one. We'll leave links for both kinds on the description. And now that we got the basics out the way, we're ready to start, because the last thing we want on a clear sunny day is to die or go from a small job to a big job. We want to go ahead and unplug our laptop. Next, you want to make sure that your laptop is off. The first thing that we want to do is flip our laptop. Depending on your laptop, you might see two strips of rubber which help your laptop stay in place. We want to go ahead and remove that. If in your case you don't have, then you can skip to the next step. Next, we're going to see some screws. In this particular case, there are Phillips screws. In your particular case, they might be a different type of screw, but the technique will be the same. We're going to use the ancient technique passed down generation to generation of lefty-loosey, righty-tighty, and we're going to go ahead and remove them. And remember, a pro tip: placing them to the side for later use, it's a good idea. In this case, we don't want them in the DIY bin that every time we finish a job, we still have parts left over. And now that we removed the screws, we want to go ahead and pry the cover off. And for that, we're going to need a prying tool or anything with a flat thin head, preferably plastic. And you can go about this two ways. You can pry it from the top or from the bottom. We like to start from the top on the keyboard side and then flip it over for easier access. And what you're going to notice is that once you have a part pried a bit open, you can just slide the tool all around and it's going to unclip from the pressure tabs. And remember, you always want to do this gently, because everything being plastic, it can break. Also, you don't want to go too deep in with your prying tool and damage any of the equipment. So just like last night, nice and slow and steady. Once you finish going all around, you're going to notice that the cover will come off easily. And now you've done it. You broke your laptop. No, you didn't. And before we start replacing some hard drives, we want to go ahead and take the extra precautionary step of removing the laptop's battery. As you can see, now we have access to the laptop's internal. As you can see to your right, we have the battery, and it's also held by screws. In this particular case, we also have Phillips screws. In your case, you might have different types of screws, but the technique will be the same. We're going to use the ancient technique passed down generation to generation of lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. So we remove all the screws. The only thing that we need to do now is slide out the battery. Once removed, you want to make sure that you press the power button, and what this would do is release any stored power on the system. And now that our investment is protected, we're ready to start removing the hard drive. If you notice, holding this NVMe style hard drive, we have a screw. We want to go ahead and remove that screw, and we can use an ancient technique passed down generation to generation of lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. A pro tip, with inflation, you always want to save the screw. If in your case you have a SATA hard drive, it could be that it is connected by a solid connector or a plug style connector. It may be secured by a bracket that also has screws, and we want to use the same technique on removing the screws. Once we have the screws removed, we're ready to slide out carefully the hard drive from its connector. If it's a solid connector, you also want to slide it out. If it's a plug style connector, then you want to press on the plug connector and pull out, or in some cases you could just pull out the plug as well. And now you've done it. You broke your laptop again. No, you didn't. Yes, you did. You know you did. And now we're ready to install the new hard drive. We're basically just going to reverse engineer our way to glory. You're going to notice a notch on the NVMe hard drive, which you also want to align with the notch on the connector, meaning that it is going to go in only one way. You want to do this carefully and gently. So you slide it in just like last night. If you have a SATA hard drive, then you want to place it back on the bracket. If it's a solid connector, you want to make sure that you align the SATA connectors correctly and slide it in. If it's a plug style connector, then you also want to align it correctly and insert it into place. Once the hard drive is completely seated, then we can go ahead and install the screw. Always remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And now we're ready to reverse engineer our way to glory. We're going to go ahead and start by placing the battery back. We're basically going to slide it in, make sure that we align it with the pins, and also verify that it is aligned on all corners and tab. Once we made sure that our battery is aligned correctly, we can go ahead and place the screws back. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And remember, once you feel it tight, that's good enough. You don't want to over tighten and ruin the threads. We can go ahead and place our cover back. And remember, the cover is placed by pressure. So you basically want to press all around the cover in different places until you hear it click in. That basically means that the pressure tabs have connected. You can inspect the laptop to make sure that all the seams are flat and even. And after passing the quality control check, we can go ahead and insert the screws back in. And now you've done it. You can pat yourself on the back for a job well done. You become a black belt ninja on hard drive replacing of your town. Don't forget, if you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps. If you have any questions, place them in the comment section below. Either someone on the StatUpBox team or someone on the YouTube community can help you out with an answer. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on social media. Thank you for watching, and here's a link to our latest video.